the previous section. काय स्टडी केलं आपण? Different wireless system study केला, paging system, cordless telephone and cellular telephone. And as well as we have discussed that how a call processing is done when you dial a number from a landline phone towards a mobile or from mobile to the landline. Correct? That part of connection is called as a routing. Routing. The meaning of routing means switching of the call from one point to another point. That is called as a routing. So how a call routing takes place in mobile communication system, that is shown in the diagram here. You can see the same thing I have explained you already in the last part of the lecture on that day. How a call you can make from a landline to mobile or from mobile to landline, or sometimes the call can be made from mobile to mobile also. So how that calls are taking place, that part is called as a call routing. Okay, so in the first diagram you can see how a call is routed from landline to the mobile phone. Correct? So whenever you want to dial some number or you want to call a user from the landline to the mobile phone, then basically you have your landline phone, then you dial a number from here. The signal will be given through the wired connection to the PSTN network, right? We know that to this PSTN network all the telephones are connected. So when you dial a number, the connection will be forwarded to this PSTN network. After that, this PSTN will transfer that connection to different switching centers, right? Switching centers like MSC or MTSO. That part also we have seen. So different types of switching centers are there at different locations. So this connection will be connected to the switching center, and now this switching center will try to connect to this mobile phone through the base stations. Right now you are doing a call from landline to mobile, so obviously the switching center will also have the connection of various base stations, right? So that message or that signal will be broadcasted to each and every base station, and will find out the mobile is located, correct? And then the signal will be given to the mobile phone, and then we say that has taken place from this landline phone to mobile. Similarly, if you see the second diagram, then in this you can see that whenever you want to connect a call from a mobile to landline, so how the call will be routed? See, now direction is shown opposite. First, you will dial a number from your mobile phone, and the number which you have dialed will be of a telephone, correct? Now, when you dial a number, first of all, the signal will be transferred wirelessly to the base station, and through the base station it will go to the switching center, because we know that to whom you're calling, the person is located at different location. We don't know the location also. So very first thing, signal will be given to the switching center. From this switching center, the signal will be forwarded to the landline network now, where PSTN means where all the telephones are connected, because we know that whatever number we have dialed, the switching center has recognized that number, and so it is transferring that number to the PSTN, right? And then from the PSTN through the wired connection, the signal will be given to the telephone, and then you will get a ring, and so that you can get a call routed from the mobile phone to the landline. Third part is also there. Third part is nothing but from mobile to mobile, how the connection can be made or how the call will be routed. We have one mobile phone here. First user, you can say, correct? Now this user will try to transfer the signal to the switching center first. Switching center, correct? Because we know that this mobile is located in one of the area which is having its own base station. So this mobile will be connected to that base station first, and through the base station, the connection or the signal will be transferred to the switching center. Now this switching center is also having multiple connections. This switching center will be connected to another switching center at a different location, suppose, correct? And this switching center will now transfer the signal to the mobile phone. It is very simple connection through mobile to mobile. Now first user will call, then signal will be transferred to first switching center. Then here number of switching centers will be available, correct? Out of which you're calling, the switching center will try to connect that part of the system. So this switching center will connect this switching center, and then this switching center will understand that the number you have dialed is located in that particular area. So it will transfer the signal back to the base station nearby to this user, and then this user will get the signal. And then we can say the call has routed from this point or from first user to the other. So these with the help of diagram also you can explain how a call can be made or how call can be routed from either landline to mobile, mobile to landline, or mobile to mobile. Okay, so this was a small concept regarding the routing process or call origination process. Okay, now after this we have to study about different networks. Those networks are called as fixed wireless networks. Fixed wireless networks we are given in terms of two forms. One is called as WLL, that is wireless local loop, and second is called as LMDS. So these two fixed wireless networks we have to discuss now. Okay, this is a simple process. If it is asked for the theory, you can explain this with the help of these diagrams. It is quite easy. Okay, and whatever the part I have explained on that day, the similar you can write for this. Okay, now fixed wireless network we will see. Now, what is the meaning of fixed wireless network and why there is a requirement of this kind of a network? So network, simply you can say that network is nothing but one person can be connected to multiple users or multiple persons also. So point to point form of communication is called as a network, right? So we know that due to the rapid growth in the internet facility, the demand for broadband connection or broadband internet has been increased, right? As number of users goes on increasing, they are using the internet also, internet facility, and so there is a demand for broadband internet network. So in the countries like India, there is a tremendous need for this particular broadband connectivity. Now we know that we are having one concept, if you have heard, related to the internet, that is called as VoIP. If you have heard this, then it's okay. VoIP means voice over internet protocol. VoIP is one kind of a concept which is available in the internet communication. Through the internet, we are transferring the signal, right? And that signal is in the form of voice. Like whenever you are connecting one person to another, so you can make a video conferencing, you can make a video call, right? Or you can transfer the voice signal. But whatever the network you are using is kind of the internet, right? So whatever the voice you are transferring through the internet, that is called, the name itself tells, it is called as voice over internet protocol. You are transferring the voice signal or video type of signal through the internet also, right? Some of the telephone services use this VoIP, some of the TVOs, fax, okay? So they can use this kind of a service. Now, related to the fixed wireless communication, fixed wireless communication is, again, I can say it is a fixed type of a network. Through the internet, we can connect one user to the other, and whenever the communication goes on, it is also using some frequency bands, and those frequency bands are in terms of microwave range. Microwave range means the frequency is in terms of gigahertz band. Gigahertz means it is quite high. So at a very high frequency range, these signals can transfer with the help of internet. And at such a high frequencies, we know that the wavelength becomes small, right? As frequency goes on increasing, the wavelength parameter goes on reducing, right? So as wavelength required is less, for transferring the signal, we can use directional antennas also instead of using omnidirectional. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की जसं हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सीवर तुम्ही सिग्नल ट्रान्सफर करतात, तर सिग्नलची स्ट्रेंथ सुद्धा हायर असते, आणि सिग्नल स्ट्रेंथ हायर असेल म्हणजे वेवलेंथ त्याला कमी लागतो फॉर ट्रान्सफरिंग द सिग्नल, राईट? अँड वेन वेवलेंथ इज रिक्वायर्ड लेस, then you can have simply a directional antennas instead of omnidirectional. Omnidirectional antennas काय करतात, सगळ्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये सिग्नल स्प्रेड करतात किंवा पाठवतात. पण ह्याच्यामध्ये काही ड्रॉबॅक्स आहे की सिग्नलची स्ट्रेंथ इथे रिड्यूस होऊ शकते कारण की सिग्नल स्प्रेड होते, राईट. बट इफ यू यूज अ डायरेक्शनल अँटिना मध्ये कॅपॅबिलिटी असते की इट कॅन ट्रान्सफर द सिग्नल ओनली इन अ पर्टिक्युलर डायरेक्शन. So whenever two parties are communicating, when you want to transfer a strong signal, then you can use the directional antennas there, right? So directional antennas are quite advantageous as compared to the omnidirectional. So whenever a high frequency signal is being transferred, then we can make a directional antennas to be used. Okay, and also directional antennas are having a very small size, correct? These kind of antennas can also overcome the different types of distortions or disturbances which are produced. ते पूर्णपणे एलिमिनेट करू शकतात कारण डायरेक्शनल अँटेना मध्ये फक्त स्ट्रॉंग सिग्नल ट्रान्सफर होते त्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये. सो कुठल्याही प्रकारचे डिस्टर्बन्सेस असतील किंवा काही डिस्टॉर्शन असतील त्या सिग्नल मधले तर ते ऑटोमॅटिकली रिमूव्ह केल्या जातात. ओके, फिक्स्ड वायरलेस नेटवर्क, when you are using the internet for communication, in that the channel behaves like an optical channel. Whatever the channels you are using for communication, they are acting as an optical channel. Optical means what? Ki suppose when two persons are there, one is located at this point, another is located at this point, correct? And this person want to communicate with this person, right? This person is located at some hills area or somewhere like that, correct? Now whatever the signal will be transferred, it will be through the base station, then switching center, again to the base station, and again to the switching center, right? But suppose if these persons are not able to see each other, जर हे दोघं एकमेकांना बघू नाही शकत आहे, राईट, म्हणजे यांना आपण असं म्हणू शकतो लाईन ऑफ साईट प्रेझेंट नाहीये. लाईन ऑफ साईट माहिती तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना, LOS म्हणजे काय? लाईन ऑफ साईट. लाईन ऑफ साईटचा अर्थ आहे जोपर्यंत ते एकमेकांना बघू शकतात त्याला म्हणतात लाईन ऑफ साईट. साईटचा अर्थ आहे नजर, राईट. सो लाईन ऑफ साईट म्हणजे जोपर्यंत ते बघू शकता, जोपर्यंत ते एकमेकांना विजिबल आहे तोपर्यंत त्यांना कम्युनिकेशन मध्ये कुठल्याही डिस्टर्बन्सेस येणार नाही. बट सपोज एक पर्सन आता हिली एरियावरती आहे आणि दुसरा जो पर्सन आहे तो ह्या कॉर्नरला कुठेतरी आहे. सो नाव दिस इज ऍक्टिंग ऍज अ इंटरफेरन्स और डिस्टर्बन्सेस, राईट. This hill is acting as a interference or disturbances. So here line of sight is not present. So due to the unavailability of this line of sight, there will be no transfer of the signal, right? And so signal becomes weak. So हे जे आता वायरलेस नेटवर्क्स आपण यूज करणार आहे, so all the wireless networks required line of sight. They require line of sight for communication. Okay, so there are, as I told you, there are two types of network that we have to study. First is WLL, means it is called as wireless local loop, and the second is called as LMDS. LMDS means it is local multi-point distribution service. So these two parts can be asked for theory exams. These are a kind of a network. That means you can transfer the signal from one point to any other point with the help of internet. Okay, so this is an architecture of, first we will study about WLL, wireless local loop. This is a basic architecture. You can see this architecture you have to draw in the paper also if it is asked. WLL, it stands for wireless local loop. I think concept related to WLL you might have studied or you might have listened somewhere. Okay, it is wireless local loop. This WLL technology uses a microwave range of frequency. As I told you, the range of frequency, it is in terms of gigahertz. And for WLL, we normally use the frequency of 28 gigahertz range. How much? 28 gigahertz range frequency is used for this kind of network, that is wireless local loop. The name itself tells लोकल लूप. लूपचा अर्थ होतो एक प्रकारचं सर्किट जे पूर्ण राऊंड फॅशन मध्ये कम्प्लीट होतं असं. आणि लोकल म्हणजे विदिन अ पर्टिक्युलर एरिया किंवा विदिन अ पर्टिक्युलर रेंज ऑफ द एरिया, दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ लोकल. करेक्ट. आता इथे हे जे आर्किटेक्चर दाखवलेलं आहे, व्हॉट यू कॅन सी हिअर. सी वी आर हॅव्हिंग ऑफिस एरिया which are connected through the ISP, means it is a part of internet connectivity. This central office you can connect to other part of the network or other part of the different areas with the help of internet. Correct. Whenever we are considering the internet facility, then we are using some sort of cables also, right, for connecting different office areas or small business areas like that. So mostly we use either coaxial cables or optical cables, optical fiber cables. These two types of cables can be used for communication purpose. So this area can be connected to this local or centralized area through these copper wires or coaxial cables you can say, or optical cables you can say. Then we have another type of networks like here large business area is shown, which are connected with the help of fibers. Fibers means optical fiber cable. Then we have market areas, urban areas, which are connected through wireless connectivity. Means here you have wireless connectivity. And we have a small business area, means local area, which can be connected with the help of copper wires or coaxial cables. And now these are the residences, means we users are located at these different locations. They are also connected with the help of local cables, right? So this can form a wireless local loop. See now, this is a huge area, I can say, and in this huge area, different kinds of the small areas are connected internally. So I can call this as a node, this as a node, this as a node, and this as also a node. This is also a part of a node, and this is a main node, I can say, through which all these are connected internally through different medias. Like some of them are connected wirelessly, some of them connected with the help of optical cables, some with the help of copper cables, or some other local cables also. So this is one of a network called as a wireless local loop. So in the developed countries, some of the cables like copper cables or coaxial cables are used. And if you see, if the distance between that nodes increases, then instead of using coaxial cable, we can use the optical fiber cable also, because we know that optical fiber cables are having huge advantages as compared to copper cables. But if you use the this one optical fiber cables, its cost goes on increasing because they are quite expensive as compared to the coaxial cable. So depending upon the requirement and the facilities available there, we can make the use of different cables. Correct. WLL, wireless local loop, it is having the advantage that this kind of network can be formed anywhere in any part of the area or any part of the city. So here, if you want to form this kind of WLL network, then only initial cost we have to pay. We don't have to pay any additional cost after it is installed. फक्त इन्स्टॉलेशनची कॉस्ट या नेटवर्क साठी लागते, जी इनिशियली लागणार आहे. म्हणजे जसे की ज्या प्रकारे तुम्ही कनेक्शन फॉर्म करता आहे, सपोज केबल्स थ्रू कनेक्शन करता आहात, तर त्या केबल्सची कॉस्ट तुम्हाला त्या लागणार. कोणकोणत्या एरियामध्ये कोणकोणते नोड्स तुम्ही लोकेट करताय त्यासाठी काही कॉस्ट लागणार. वायरलेस मीडिया जरी असली तरी पण त्यासाठी काही स्पेसिफिक कॉस्ट लागते. सो ओनली इन्स्टॉलेशन कॉस्ट विल बी रिक्वायर्ड, बट once the system is installed, once the network is installed, there won't be any additional cost required. This is the largest advantage of this WLL. Okay. Then this WLL can be simple copper wire cable also by using a DSL, that means digital subscriber loop technology. And this DSL technology is nowadays getting or it is growing very fast. You might have heard DSL. DSL ही जी टेक्नॉलॉजी आहे ही मोस्टली WLL साठी वापरतो, आणि आजकाल WLL साठी ही टेक्नॉलॉजी खूप ऍडव्हान्स होत चालली आहे. डिजिटल सबस्क्रायबर लूप, इट इज कॉल्ड एज a digital subscriber loop. So with the help of this loop technique, you can connect different nodes or different locations to different points. Okay. So this is about WLL architecture. You can explain in detail whatever I have explained you now. It is basically using a microwave frequency range of 20 gigahertz. Here there are some advantages which are mentioned. Advantages of WLL. As I told, it is a less expensive as compared to wired system. WLL, it can be installed easily at any place, as I told you, and it has good scale of installation. Good scale of installation means within a low price, you can install this network anywhere in of the city or any means any area. You can install it easily. So it is having good scale of installation. It has features like scalable. This means this network can be make scalable, means you can increase the amount of nodes even though you have installed it, but still you can increase the number of nodes in that network. That is called as a scalable. याला तुम्ही वाढवू शकतात. Okay, that is called as a scalability. Then it gives good quality of service and it is compatible with other cellular technologies. Just a minute. Hello. Sorry. So we were talking about WLL. So these are some of the advantages and features of WLL technology. Okay. So this part you have to explain if it is asked in the exam theory. Second type of network, that is nothing but LMDS, stands for Local Multi-Point Distribution Service. LMDS. So for this also you have to explain the architecture. You have to draw the architecture first, and then you have to explain what this LMDS is. So LMDS, local multi-point distribution service. Multi-point means, as I told you, the name itself tells you are connecting one point to any other point in that particular area. Okay, and that too at a local places. Then this LMDS.
आलता बघा इथं ते 25 मारले होते
Roshan, the mic open. LMDS was a network which was formed near about in 1998 range. And for LMDS, we are using 1300 megahertz of spectrum. 1300 megahertz means you can say 1.3 gigahertz like that. And out of this complete spectrum, again, as I told, these are using the microwave frequency ranges. So out of these frequencies, the range for LMDS was 27 to 31 gigahertz very first when it was launched in 1998. So the range of frequency, it was in between 27 to 31 gigahertz. LMDS, as I told, it is a fixed wireless system, and the bandwidth allotted for this LMDS is 1300 megahertz. This bandwidth is very large. See, 1300 megahertz means it is quite large bandwidth for communication purpose. So it can accommodate more than 200 TV channels or 65,000 full duplex voice channel in it. So at a time, you can transfer 65,000, that too in a full duplex way. You can transfer this many amount of voice signals, as it is having a very high bandwidth, okay, for communication. The most important application or example I can say, it is called as a LEC network or local exchange carrier network. Local exchange carrier. See, this LMDS is near about same as that of WLL, but we can see different changes or different differentiation point in case of this kind of network, that is LMDS. So this is a network or example of LMDS called as a local exchange carrier network. So this network, if you compare with WLL, it is quite same. In LMDS, we are making the use of some switches. ATM backbone switches are shown. Means it is just a switch network. And from this switch, you can connect different parts of the area. Like again, we have small business area, large business area, residences. They are connected all through the internet. Then we have landline phones also connected, or any LAN network also, it can be connected. So most of the connections here you can see is wireless. Okay. So this is one kind of area. This is another kind of area. And through this backbone switch, you can connect all the different points or all the nodes together. Okay. So this is nothing but the LMDS. The most important application, this is the same, that is LEC. In the LEC network, we use a wide bandwidth as 1300 megahertz, it is shown. So here also very high bandwidth can be used for communication. This switch can connect a very high speed data to the PSTN or any private network. हा जो स्विच आहे हा कुठल्याही एरियाला PSTN सोबत किंवा कुठल्याही लॅन नेटवर्क सोबत कनेक्ट करून देऊ शकतो. हा स्विच आहे म्हणून तो इझिली आपल्याला सांगू शकतो की तुमचं हे नेटवर्क आहे हे PSTN ला कनेक्टेड असणार आहे की लॅनला कनेक्टेड असणार आहे की कुठल्या दुसऱ्या नेटवर्कला कनेक्टेड असणार आहे. सो विथ द हेल्प ऑफ द स्विच यू कॅन चेंज दॅट पार्ट ऑफ ए नेटवर्क. So you can say these are called as a private networks. This is also a private network. So one private network can be connected to the other. ठीक आहे. इथे जे कनेक्शन्स आहे लॅन नेटवर्क्सचे किंवा PSTN चे हे वायर्ड फॉर्म मध्ये आहे. बट टू द अदर पार्ट ऑफ द स्विच यू कॅन सी दीज आर ऑल द wireless connections. You can make to the small business area, large business area, or different residences area. Okay, so you can do the connection there. Similar to the WLL, we have certain advantages for this LEC or LMDS. Like it is having a high data rate. Data rate means transfer of the data you can do very fastly. So it is having a high data rate. Then it is easily developed. It is cost efficient. It is scalable also, just like WLL. It is having large capacity. So from the architecture itself, you can understand. PSTN means here specific numbers of users will be there. LAN network means already here is a small network is formed. So here also multiple users you can see. So your capacity of the system is larger. Then it is having a small size. Within 2 to 8 kilometers, this network can be installed. Okay, so these are the advantages of LMDS. Similarly, disadvantages. Here we have a requirement of line of sight. So largest disadvantage, as already I have explained you, line of sight is compulsory required for this kind of a network. So without the line of sight, no any user can have the connection with the other. So every point or every node should be in line of sight with each other. Okay, if antenna can be seen, then only transmission is successful. Okay, that is called as the line of sight. And the second disadvantage is that rain, snow, or hail can create a large changes in the channel gain between transmitter and receiver. That means if there is a climatical changes, environmental changes, like if there is a rain or snowfall or any hails, then there may be disturbances which will be created in case of transmitter and receiver, in between transmitter and receiver. So these are the two disadvantages, and these are the advantages of this LEC or LMDS network. So in exam also, in short, you have to explain this. Okay. So after this, the very small part is left related to the advantages, disadvantages, and applications of wireless communication system. Orally, just I will tell you what are the advantages of wireless system, disadvantages, and their applications. And then when we will cover this, only the last part of this chapter will be left. That will be related to the mobile handset, means block diagram of mobile handset, mobile phone, and which are the different sections present in the mobile. So that part will only be there. Then we can end the first unit of this. Okay. So we will discuss about advantages first. Advantages of wireless communication system. We are talking about general advantages of wireless communication system. Orally only I will tell you. So first advantage is that the cost and maintenance of any wireless communication system is less. The internet facility can be accessed from anywhere at any time in every wireless communication system. Then it is useful to all of them, like different workers which are working in the remote areas, or they are useful for doctors also to connect or to have in touch with the different medical centers. In the military applications also, means for the military purpose also, this facility or this wireless communication system is important. So that is one of the advantage. Then with the high speed, any of the information or any of the data can be transmitted, that too at a very faster rate. So as we know that as technological changes has taken place, then we can, as technological changes has taken place, the data rate has changed. Previously it was slow, but nowadays data rate has increased tremendously. So at a very faster rate, you can transfer the data. So these are some of the advantages of wireless communication system. Now disadvantages. As we have the advantages, so we have the disadvantages also. Different kinds of interferences may get produced when you transfer any data or any information. Then second thing is that uh, some of the wireless systems are less secured, right? Not all the systems are secured, but some of them are less secured. Some of them are 100% secured. So little bit security is less. Then high level of radio frequency energy can damage the health, right? So as we know that when you use the radio frequencies for communication, it damages the human health also. and some animal health also. So this is one of the disadvantage. Then applications of wireless communication system. So as I told you, it can be used in multiple applications. First of all, it can be used for cell phones, mobile phones, for the Wi-Fi connections, then in the security systems, then in the television remote controls, then different kinds of computer interface devices,